Nagito Komaeda, everyone's favourite cigarette smoker.
What?
Nagito is easily one of the most interesting characters in the entire Danganronpa franchise. His craziness, his antics, and his personality has charmed millions of fans across the world, and the inconsistencies, or what appears to be inconsistencies, in his motivation, ideology, and just his entire sense of the world makes his character that much more interesting, because these inconsistencies are actually just further depths to his character. Now, I said Nagito is well liked for his craziness, and that's because, well, he's the first crazy bastard in this franchise, apart from Junko, I guess, to get this much screen time across the game. Sure, Byakuya was a bit nuts, but not that nuts, and Genocide Joe was also nuts, but didn't get much screen time. Nagito is well liked for the fact that he is this crazy bastard, and he has all these depths to this character. However, there is one other thing that makes people like him, and I don't think I really have to dabble into that. I think you guys know what that is. It's a dynamic of sorts.
But there's a hole in your argument.
A hole? What kind of hole? It would be great if you could explain it to me in much more detail.
You're getting accused of murder and you're out here like, oh, show me your...
So, what makes Nagito a complex character? Well, he loves hope and he loves talent. Well, I say he loves talent, he doesn't really, so I'm going to get into that. But loving hope, I don't think that's really debatable. In terms of talent, he doesn't necessarily love talent, he just pretends he does. Because in that one scene, he says that talent, you're either born with it or you're not born with it. If you're not born with it, then you are destined to be fucking useless and die doing absolutely nothing with your life because you're useless as fuck. That's how he feels, and that's exactly why he does what he does. He wants to feel useful to everyone, hence why he says he will die for them so that he can be a stepping stone for hope, because he believes the only people who are able to achieve true hope are those with talent, because Nagito doesn't really have a talent. Yeah, he has his luck, but it's kind of a mix of really bad luck and really good luck at the same time, so he doesn't really have a talent there. It's not something he can necessarily control or, manipulate anyway. It's just something he has to kind of, bargain and gamble on. So in terms of true talent, he doesn't have that. He feels like an outsider compared to everybody else, and that's exactly why he wants to be a stepping stone for hope, because he has nothing else to go for. He feels, well, useless deep down. Of course, the true pinnacle of Nagito's character and the absolute peak of everything to do with him is in Chapter 5, the best chapter in Danganronpa 2, and debatably, the best chapter in the franchise.
Oh, wait, no, because that makes a lot of sense, actually.
In Trial 5 of Danganronpa 2, Nagito fucking dies. Why does he do this? Fuck knows.
Guarded by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna pipe up, isn't he?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all
Oh, no, you did, mate, you did.
Trial 5 involved Nagito committing to a truly suicidal plan. Pretty much killing himself, or near enough killing himself, but then putting poison into one of the fire grenades so that someone would throw it, which would ultimately kill him, and because he was so close to dying anyway, it was basically a foolproof plan. For the entirety of Trial 5, the crew believes that Nagito's plan was to weed out the traitor and kill the traitor, which is exactly what he did. He ended up killing Chiaki because Chiaki is the one who killed him. However, that's not what he was actually trying to do, because we eventually learn that obviously with the entire cast of Danganronpa 2 being remnants of despair, and Nagito being the crazy hope psychopath that he is, he was actually trying to make an unsolvable murder where they literally would not get the answer right. But turns out his plan worked against him, which shows exactly what I just told you about, the fact that he has good luck and very bad luck at the same time, and in this case, turns out he had very bad luck. The only people who had good luck in the scenario were, well, everyone but Chiaki and Nagito. Now, all things considered, you may be wondering, why does any of this actually make Nagito a good character? And it's because of the fact that he's very much the surrogate for the themes in this game, or at least that's the way I want to describe it. Obviously, I don't really like hope and despair that much as themes, if you know me, but in terms of, their strength, they're done best through Nagito, in my opinion. I mean, in Trial 1, he literally causes despair to kickstart a bright hope, because, you know, you can't have despair without hope, and vice versa. One can only exist if there is presence of another. And this mindset, this ideology, is consistent with his character throughout chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and tidbits are also revealed in chapter 6 that further add depth to his character and ideologies. And it's done so well, in my opinion. This was something that Danganronpa 1 lacked, in my opinion. A character like this, who is this interesting. I mean, yeah, there's strong characters in Danganronpa 1, don't get me wrong, like the likes of Kyoko and Byakuya, but to be this crazy and this deep and interesting at the same time, there wasn't anyone like that in the game, and that's why I find Nagito so interesting, because he's able to fill the void that Danganronpa 1 couldn't. Nagito and Kokichi are two sides of not really the same coin, but they fill the same role in their respective games, something that the first game didn't have. And even though Danganronpa 2 is my least favourite game in the franchise, I can definitely appreciate what they were going for with Nagito. He is undoubtedly one of the strongest characters in the entire series.
Ow.